Today we are at the Salt Lake City Police Brutality Murals, and that's like right in the middle of Salt Lake. People on this wall were suffering mental health crises, physical health crises. There's 29 faces that go around this building, and they're all police brutality victims. We all knew what happened to George Floyd. We all witnessed that 9 minutes. We all knew about Bernardo Palacios, who was shot at like 37 times, and it just happened right around the block. And then all of a sudden, like, faces started coming up, and these faces with names, and then, you know, the mourn the dead and fight for the living came up. And this whole building got covered in faces, and we don't know what happened. We don't know anything. All we know is that this is a city-owned building. Oh, you want to hold the flower? Okay, look at Cece. Cheese. We're here to basically say our goodbyes because the city has stated that it's environmentally hazardous and that they have to demo this block. The city wrote an email to the families that as of the 9th, we probably wouldn't have access to this space. And so our response was, okay, well, you know, the 8th is the day that we'll have our final vigil. We do a lot of like organizing here. We meet a lot of like really beautiful people here. A lot of really important people come to this space. Like, these loved ones are so important, and they've shaped Utah, whether Utah agrees with it or not. Like, these faces and these stories are so powerful and impactful, and everybody needs to know who they are. And, you know, one day Bobby's face came up. My cousin is Bobby Duckworth, and he was suffering a mental health crisis. And he complied with the officer's demands, and the officer shot him 7 times. Someone texted me and said, hey, did you know Bobby's face is in Salt Lake? And I was like, what does that mean? I thought somebody did something terrible. Like, I thought somebody was trying to be rude. And then I came down here, and it's this gorgeous face. And it means a lot that the muralist thought about him enough to want to amplify like his experience and his story, because like he's worth it, you know. He's like worth learning about, he's worth understanding, and like I don't think society gave him that time. I think it's like a common theme amongst the families, this like these being gone is like a way for the city to be quiet about, you know, police reform, police brutality. Just because these faces and these memorials are gone, it doesn't mean the stories aren't there. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
This is pretty, huh?
It is. They did a really, I guess the actual artist did it.
I think so, yeah.
That's what they were saying at the table.
I'll show you, because you got the camera.
He and his brothers, Adam and Jarrell and him were just hanging out downtown Salt Lake, 21st South and State. Went into a 7-Eleven to get a couple of drinks and a candy bar, and come out to a parking lot full of officers. Dylan had headphones in his ears, and I'm assuming he didn't notice the officer right at the beginning. The officer, Adam and Jarrell, were thrown to the ground as soon as they came out the doors, and Dylan continued to walk. And at some point, I'm assuming he realized there were officers there for him. He turned around. The officer repeatedly told him to show his hands. He went to show his hands, lifting his shirt at the same time, and the officer shot and killed him. All of the faces on here depict someone that was left behind and someone that was loved by someone else. And none of it makes sense because every one of them died in a very violent way. And no one understands that but each and every family here. And that's one good thing about the murals. It opens up a lot of conversations, not just for the families, but for police departments and people in authority. You know, when they drive by here, they have no choice but to look and see and have conversations about these people on these walls. We're going to miss them very much. We're also going to hold the city accountable. They have promised to set aside 3 acres of property on this 8-acre block, and they have offered to make it a community space and to memorialize every one of these people that are on these walls. And we intend on holding them accountable for that.
These names all mean something to somebody here. And I think it's really important that we learn the names, but we know the faces, and we make daily changes because of these faces, because this is just a fraction of people, and this is 29 faces. Like 29 is a classroom. And I think that's super important to acknowledge that this is just a fraction, and we could do better.